Good evening. This is the video newsletter for Buy Sell Short for Tuesday, March 29th. What a fantastic market this is right now. Monster winners in the chat room. We'll get to that in a few minutes, but let's look at the major indices charts. We're looking at the Dow daily chart, and as you can see, just a fantastic pop over the last week. This is where everyone started going short and calling for Dow 11,000. This is where they start scrambling for the Vaseline jars. A little bit of homework. When we break that 12,391 level on the Dow daily chart, probably might be a good idea to buy stock in some Vaseline makers, because the bears and the shorts are going to be singing Moon River and grabbing the Vaseline jars, and let's just leave it at that. Awesome market right now. Perfect environment for small cap and mid cap stocks, and beaten down small cap plays with very nice charts are just spiking left and right now. Looking at the Dow 15-minute chart, you can see we've just essentially gone vertical. Any dips we have are pretty much short-lived. Support right now, we're looking at 12,100, 12K. We could see a 200-point retrace. And let's go back to the daily chart. We could see a pullback all the way back to the 20-day exponential and just be fine and dandy on the daily chart. SMH consolidated over the last couple of days. We had a nice little dip this morning on the open. I don't know what that was all about. And then we ended up closing right at the highs of the day. We're finding resistance at that 50-day moving average at 34.86. A break through 34.93. If you're looking for a scalp position, this is where you would look to add 34.93, or you could wait for 35 and then place your stops 14 cents lower at the 50-day moving average. We get that break through the $35 area, and we'll be looking at a really quick move, I think, up to the 36 level, and then we can sell our SMH calls, which we bought a couple of weeks ago, which were at one point down 80%. We could be looking at a 25 to 50% gain on these on an SMH move to 36 over the next few days. US dollar is bumping up against resistance here, so that's good for us right now at this stage. And, we've got another 2 days of window dressing on the market. Month end is Thursday the 31st. So, right now the funds are in there juicing up their performance for Q1, and we are the beneficiaries with some very nice moves. Let's jump into some of our monster winners. HILL monster for us today. This was a stock we jumped into in the chat room yesterday at 250. I was actually getting ready to send out a trading alert on it, and the damn stock spiked on it, so it ended up just being a chat room play. I really should have sent the email out again when it retraced. My bad, guys. But a monster winner for us today. Traded as high as 313. 20%, 3-cent gain in 1 day. And what lit this candle up was news today. Amazon is moving into the cloud area. They're offering a cloud music service where you're going to be able to store your music files out there in Never Never Land and access them from any point. Cloud is big. There is a race to get into this market. We've got Google also rolling out theirs in a couple of months, and the big beneficiary of this is, of course, the storage plays. HILL, nice. It was a perfect chart yesterday. We just got an excuse for it to run today. Positive MACD cross, RSI up through the 50 level, and, just a monster play. Now, the reason HILL, of course, ran because there was a rumor a couple of weeks ago that Amazon was going to make a deal with them, which is why this exploded, which is why we bought NLST at 240 and under. Same reason. This one had a big spike a couple of weeks ago on a rumor that Amazon was going to use them for their storage. We got an initial spike early in the day, and just like HILL yesterday, it consolidated for most of the session. And then, lo and behold, we had some news after hours on a patent grant, and the stock traded to 280, blowing through our first target. Just monster. Next target on this one is a move to the 290 plus area. There's a reason why all the big, large tech companies over the last few months have just been going on bidding wars, picking up these storage plays. There's only a few of them left. I'm thinking we're going to see another little mania, another consolidation wave in these storage plays. Now, QTM, this is one we jumped into in the chat room today at 260. Looking for a breakout. It broke out, ended up breaking through the 200-day moving average, got as high as 168 or 268, and then just absolute bullshit into the close, which is typical on these specialist NYSE Scamex stocks. Actually, somehow got it down to 250. And then, of course, good news comes out on after hours. Don't tell me it was rigged, but these storage plays are ripe. Now, the news that pushed NLST up in after hours, check out the press release that NEI had yesterday. They also got a cloud storage patent. NEI, nice little move over the last few days. Like a lot of stocks on the open today, just got smacked over the head on really low volume. And actually, that brings me up to something. And I say it many, many times in the chat room, but it's something to keep an eye on. Late in the day yesterday, going into the close, you saw a bunch of stocks just get hammered on the close for no reason, just ridiculous closing bids. And 9 out of 10 times, whenever you see that happen, they are looking for stops to fill their inventory, and the next day is higher most of the time. And we saw that again today. I mean, we were up 80 points today. Every time I say that in the chat room in the close, when you see stocks get hammered like that, it usually means we're going to get a fat little bounce on the next session. Back to NEI, though, same sort of news. This is a gem of a storage play, in my opinion. The fact that this stock is not 3+ is a travesty. In my opinion, 50% minimum undervalued at this stage, and with this latest craze in the storage sector stocks really starting to heat up, I think we could be in store for a very, very nice move on this stock in the near term. Biotech stocks have, of course, been on fire. DYAX, this was a trading alert we got into $1.50 yesterday. Looks really, really good. Stops at a 146 on this one. And the breakthrough 157 is probably what will light this baby up. And we're looking for a move up to that 50-day moving average up there at 177. Now, one we jumped into in the chat room today, I believe I also sent out a trading alert on it. BPAX, Biosante, just a very nice consolidation after the early March sell-off. We got that break up through resistance at 192, got as high as the 50-day moving average up at 199. Should see some consolidation, or we've seen the consolidation. We should see this one blow through the $2 level tomorrow, and I'm probably looking to add to positions on a breakthrough 2 for a target of 210, 220. We had RSI up through 50, positive MACD cross, and stochastics really, really strong, and this should continue the very strong biotech theme that we have been seeing. BNVI has been consolidating, but we saw some penny bios just explode today. APPY from 57 cents to 85 cents going into the close. mRNA, this is another little penny biotech that was actually been on the popper scanner for the last 2 days. This one has popped 30% over the last couple of days. So BNVY, there's very few of these stocks left, and the cash-rich ones are the ones that are going to go, which is why we jumped into NURO late in the day, 50 cents to 52 cents. Resistance is at 54 cents. I'm thinking tomorrow we're going to see this one trading up towards the 60, 65 cent area. We've got the 200-day moving average up there calling us. This company trades under cash value. They've got earnings on Thursday, so we've got 2 days for this one to make a move. Positive MACD cross. Indicators look good. Penny bios are looking like they're going to wake up, and when these penny bios go on runs, as you've seen on APPY, they can be very fat and big runs, and that's why we're positioned in BNVI and now NURO. Now, we've got Obama doing a green speech tomorrow. We saw a lot of the alternative energy stocks bounce today. BWEN looks like it's finally put in a bottom. We got a successful double bottom test today on bounce on volume. A break through 140 should set this one free. First target 144 on BWEN, and then a move up to the 160 area. All the indicators are nicely oversold, and these are the kind of beaten down stocks that have been hammered over the last month, have just been putting in very, very nice moves. Now, the other alternative energy play we are in, Capstone, we got a rule of two break, and it's just sucked balls over the last 2 days. But we got a hammer bottom on this biatch today. Tested the 20-day exponential, and a stock that this reminds me of. Remember when we played MCZ on the rule of two a month or so ago? Did the exact same thing. Hit 2, retraced all the way to the 20-day exponential, bounced, and then ran nicely. So we've got a hammer bottom on this one. I'm thinking, if we see the same sort of action, we should see it test the $2 area probably sometime this week. Right now, after the move today, I would have stops at 176. XING, Zing, rare earth stocks on fire today thanks to an upgrade of MCP. This is one that we jumped into a few days ago, was on the popper scanner, retraced nicely. We jumped into it again today in the chat room at 206. We're looking for 220 to 233 as our targets tomorrow. We're looking for a gap here, and based on the action on MCP, the other rare earth leader, and SHZ in after hours, it should be a very good day for this stock tomorrow. Another one to keep an eye on, like I mentioned, SHZ, very nice guidance on this one today. Could see a move on this one, 10% upside tomorrow, up to that 50-day moving average up there at 560. So we've got lots of stocks moving very nicely right now. We've got some very nice setups for tomorrow. NEI should go boom, just based on what we've seen on HILL and NLST. We've got our bio setups, and we've got some very nice chart setups, so keep an eye on your inboxes, and if you can, jump into the chat room, because a lot of these stocks end up just exploding whenever we find them, and XING looks really, really good going into tomorrow. So that's it for the video tonight. Remember, if you've got any questions, actually, let me make a quick mention on BNX. They report earnings on Wednesday. I believe BNX is going to beat, but even though we've got a bottom on the chart, what looks like, we'll probably need a good earnings report to really get this one moving. So let's see if I'm correct on thinking that BNX beats on this earnings report. So that is it for the video. If you've got any questions, feel free to shoot me an email or just ask me in the chat room tomorrow, and I will see you guys in there. Good night.